That van looked like Joe Matarazzo's van. I was just thinking of him the other day. He was another one that was. He won't live to be as good as him. That's what I was thinking. Like he had 20 years on me, but it didn't matter. It seemed like 40 because his tone, his technique, his even his pedal switching, and his volume were impeccable. Second to none. Just like Matt Smith and a couple other guys, Dominic, you probably won't live long enough to be that good. They don't make them like that anymore. That's a genuine aptitude for guitar. That's a genuine. That's why I play. That's why when he wouldn't show up, I would play guitar. That's why, because I'm the next best thing, and I would make up for it in other ways. I would use absurd techniques, absurd volume, absurd effects, absurd scales. So because you had to do something drastic to rival Joe. When Joe M couldn't, that was my father's friend. He was in the Poor Boys with him. If he couldn't show up to play guitar, you had to pull out all the fucking stops. Ted remembers him too, and so does Tim. I couldn't think of the club, but Joe used to play over at the 1010, and he was just so goddamn good that it made you angry. Just like where the fuck did you come from? There was a couple guys like that. Everybody plays differently, but he played in his own fucking way. But a lot of people used to say though that what one player doesn't have, the other does, and you try to hit a fucking ground where you can take from the best. You at least I do. I can't ever be him. I can't ever be that clean and perfect and seamless. But I can take other elements too and add them to my repertoire, which is what you're supposed to do. If you can't go home and learn it in a series of weeks, what he's got, then the best thing you can do is learn from the best. And that's what I did with him. When he comes around, you just put your guitar down because he's gonna hog it anyway. That's what I remember about him. He was very good. He had that shit controlled. One of those players down to the his picks were special. They used to have a little bit of sandpaper grit on them, and he would play them upside down to get that simulated tube grit, that simulated tube, paper cone speaker rattling effect. Just that's what I remember about him. And you sit down with Matt Smith, it's the same thing. He's just so connected to that fucking thing that's his best, just like it's his best friend. Matt's so good that we got to make up for it. You got to make up for when you come in, you can be a radical player. It's better to stand out and be radical and over the top than it is to be subdued in the background and obedient. Especially when you play guitar, it's your job to seize the fucking shit and make everybody mold to your deck because it's a very selfish spot in the band. You know, everybody's got to conform to my dick. Everybody's got to conform. I'm the biggest dick. I'm the guitar player. The singer comes out. I come out with the solo. I'm twins with the singer. We share the adoration. The singer's got to give it up to the guitar player, the almighty guitar player, who lost his traditional role in society.